You're live.
Welcome, everyone, to the Manhattan Center. I'm Kevin Kittredge, and this is Joe the Body Deckelmeyer.
Yeah, we're here live at the Manhattan Center for the first ever Call It in the Ring, yeah. You know, that voice makes me almost want to faint.
I am just so happy I got to finally get to use the green screen. I'm a big fan of look at, we got the Ico Pro logo over there. It's really taking us back. I'm still putting our link, I put this link onto like my Facebook, my Twitter, and yada yada yada, and now it's a different link, as you guys know. So I got to kind of try to put the right one in.
Yeah,
you know?
We're thinking about the links. All of the links, yeah. What's up, guys? Yes, we are going to be talking about the Raw 25th anniversary, along with big news that's going to affect 205 Live mainly. We'll also be talking about SmackDown and predicting the Royal Rumble, yeah.
I really enjoyed Raw 25.
I did too. Before we get into that, though, since we had to restart the stream, we want to ask if you guys, you hardcore wrestling fans out there, can share this link out on all of social media so we can have more people joining in on the show. Also, Producer Junior, in the old chat, can you let people put the link into the new room? Also, we have a few other things to discuss. We have the Super Chat. What that does help support the show. That will gives back to you guys, the fans. And it also gives you guys cool things, cool prizes. The last Super Chat we did, we gave out Morphicon tickets for all of you Power Ranger fans out there. Josh, if you want to set up another boss, we can do it on this show. We could start it live on this show.
Yeah, give me a couple of minutes.
Yep, we're gonna start out another boss thing. Kevin doesn't know what that is, but this time we'll do something fun with that. Also, we have a TeePublic store. The TeePublic store has cool shirts from geek pop culture, whether that be Star Wars, X-Men, Power Rangers, Doctor Who, which Kevin's really into, wrestling, you name it, it's there. Go check that out. And last but not least, there's the THS Hashtaggers group. What that does is that you can continue to enjoy your geek conversations with like-minded geeks like yourselves in the THS Hashtaggers group. There's news, there's memes, there's everything you could want. But we're here to talk about wrestling. Man, I really enjoyed the 25th anniversary of Raw.
I enjoyed most of it. I enjoyed, and even the stuff that didn't meet, for me, the Raw 25 standards, it was still enjoyable. I don't think there was anything that was like, ugh. I will say, just starting off from the top, we were wondering who Austin was going to stun, and it's, my guess was Elias. But, they gave us the classic. They gave us the Austin McMahon just one more time.
Just one more time. I wish that Austin would have picked up the mic and would have said something.
Did you see his promo after?
No.
One of I don't even know who this announcer was, but he asked Austin a question. He was like, what was it like to be back, or some bullshit like that. And Austin gave an answer, and he's like, well, thank you very much. And Austin was like, you've got Stone Cold Steve Austin. You asked me one question, and that's it? I'm a former multiple-time world heavyweight champion, and I'm a
national treasure.
And I wasn't sure if he was working it or if he really meant it. It was pretty intense.
That's quite amazing. Another thing that I was a big fan of, it did draw a lot on the nostalgia factor. It was a lot. I didn't expect MVP to be there.
I saw the announcement. I knew.
You knew he was going to be there. I didn't know he was going to be there. We almost had a full Click reunion. Kevin Nash couldn't make it due to knee surgery. That was such a cool moment with the Balor Club, DX, and Scott Hall.
It was totally, as much as some of us are frustrated with the way that Balor had been used. Balor Club, obviously, him and Gallows and Anderson together means that they're going to be something. But this was absolutely Triple H saying, please, like Balor Club, please. And I'm with you, Chris.
And there was a good passing of the torch there, too. You saw that Triple H went over and rose Finn Balor's hand, went over to make a point to raise Finn Balor's hand, like almost a solidification of saying, like, this is going to be the guy. And I really hope he is.
Who else do we have in this picture here? It's mostly new people. Of course, the APA is there. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, is on.
There's Jeff Hardy.
Right. Yeah, Jeff Hardy. Who else showed in that Oh,
Well, obviously MVP's there.
we got the Dam. We got the Dam from Ron Simmons after DiBiase went. It was fun to hear because JBL's like, I'm all in. And a bunch of us are like, oh, he's going to show up the Young Bucks. He's not going to show up the Young Bucks. But it was a fun thing to say. You heard the whole all in thing.
Yeah.
But continuing how much I really liked the opening segment with Austin and McMahon, because Shane's there too. And, oh, God, Vince was great just because he's like, Steve, I'm a senior citizen now.
Yeah.
But Shane's in his prime. Nice way to throw your son under the bus. Great. Wonderful. Good job.
This was a great segment. Classic heel Vince McMahon, which I love. I think they did a great job. And when you hear Austin's music hit and you see him and McMahon in the ring, it gives you that sense of nostalgia again.
And he was still as, look at that. He's still as hot now as he was, 15 years ago, whatever.
Who do you think got the biggest pop of the night of like old nostalgia factor?
I mean, I think it was Austin.
Yeah, because I think it was Trish Stratus. The crowd went crazy for her.
The crowd liked her, for sure.
It could have been a like even when DX was face to face, that crowd was hot for that.
It was, but it was a different setup though. Because that was the Manhattan Center, which is smaller.
I actually love the vibe of the Manhattan Center because it reminds me of like that old school feel of like wrestling. It reminds me of those early Raw days or even old ECW days. And I like the vibe that audience had. It felt like that was the hardcore wrestling fans to me.
Yeah.
Like holding a beer, the holy shit chants. I loved it.
And the thing is, I mean, there's everybody was like, they didn't get much. They didn't get a whole lot at the Manhattan Center, and I get it. I get them being upset, but the stuff they did get was the internet smart shit.
Yeah, exactly.
With the exception of the Undertaker, which would, he spans all.
They got that at the Manhattan Center.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
though.
okay.
I mean that wasn't just the internet.
Gotcha.
Smarks.
What do you think Undertaker's message meant?
Here's my impression of the Undertaker at Raw 25. Hey, remember all those guys that I beat?
I beat him.
Yeah. Have a good night. It's very strange.
Yeah, because I really thought that this was going to lead to or at least start the spark. And I think that they should have done it here of the rumored John Cena Undertaker match. If it is going to happen, it should have started.
It looks like it's not going to happen.
It looks like it's not going to happen. I agree with you on that. I like Elias, and I'm kind of sold on a Cena Elias match at Mania.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to those two. I think Elias has it. He never was an NXT champion, but he has this charisma, and he has it. Whatever it is, Elias has it.
I agree. I will say we've seen him on television a lot. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen him wrestle a lot.
No.
So it'll be interesting to see when that match actually happens. And
well, I mean, they did wrestle once already on Raw a couple weeks back. Or remember when Cena made his return to Raw to make his announcement he was going to be in the Royal Rumble? They had a match. Cena went over. But I like them feuding.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge step up for Elias.
Yeah, 100%. Now, another thing. So I got the idea as I was watching Raw 25, and I loved it because I like the nostalgia factor. I really enjoyed bringing back the old timers. I really like that. But I was thinking, being Raw 25, was that a better way to go, or would you have stacked the card like a pay-per-view?
I think they did it the right way. I don't think you had. I don't think it was. I mean, it's not the matches. This wasn't about matches.
It wasn't, because I think there were only 3 in the whole show, I believe.
That seems. I'll tell you what, there were more than 3 of. Fucking commercials.
Yeah, there was a lot of commercials.
Holy cats. There were a lot of commercials. It was pretty ridiculous.
You know what, though? Roman Reigns and Miz was a great match. Thought they put on a great match.
Yeah.
I love what The Miz is doing right now. I can't stress it enough. His character, his gimmick.
Speaking of commercials, there was only a couple of times I watched it alone at my place, and when there were a couple of times where I vocalized to myself joy or other emotions, and when Scott Hall came out and they cut to a goddamn commercial, I was like, what? What are you doing?
And I can't imagine them going to a commercial. And him being in the ring, what is he doing for that 2 minutes? That
I mean, you just gotta.
Are they just
because I mean they came back and his music was still playing.
Yeah.
which made me happy. I was like, I'm glad they didn't just. Sorry, Scott.
There was
poor timing.
Well, there was really odd commercial breaks because I remember in the women tag match too. There was also like a weird commercial break during that too, and I was like, "What is going on with this?"
And the only other time besides, I think I was probably smiling so much that it had to be heard, it had to be audible during the whole Austin McMahon thing. I was just happy.
Is that your favorite segment of the night?
Well, there are a couple of different ways to call it favorite. That was pure nostalgia, but my favorite segment for the future was
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor,
Me too.
yeah. And that's the other time when Balor's music played, I alone in my room was like, yeah.
I also was a big fan of the AJ promo with Mean Gene. I wish Mean Gene's audio was working properly though.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun for him, and it was fun to see that. I don't need Kevin Owens and Sammy as the team.
Cammy.
It's very third grade. I don't want AJ Styles. He's doing little fucking cute little nicknames. I don't like it.
Now, what there wasn't a ton of matches, and I didn't expect there to be. I expected a lot of segments though.
Yeah.
We did have the I think it was the 8 women tag match.
You know what was my favorite part of that was afterwards when Asuka just tossed out her
Yeah, she looked strong going into the Royal Rumble. We also had a little bit of that on SmackDown tonight, as there was I believe a tag match or I'm sorry, a one-on-one match with Naomi and Liv Moore.
I was driving, so I did not see any SmackDown.
Yes, and then the other ladies came out. There was a bunch of throwing people out of the ring. Charlotte said, good luck to whoever wins this thing. So it was a nice little segment, but there wasn't this SmackDown. I'm not sure if it was a strong enough lead-in for the Royal Rumble, but regardless, I'm excited about the Rumble. I'm excited about the matches we have. I feel like it's stacked. I feel like there's a lot of matches. I mean, is this only going to be a 3-hour pay-per-view? Because it seems like it's stacked.
It seems pretty stacked. Is it 4 hours officially?
Okay. Yeah, it makes way more sense to be 4 hours. Here's my fear about that, and we were talking about this during WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania was like 5 hours, and it felt long. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It felt very long.
Yeah.
Watching wrestling for 5 hours, but watching it in one event for 5 hours is
About the Rumble? We talked about a little bit about this show. But I was wondering, usually the standard has been, for the Royal Rumble, 2-minute intervals.
Well, minute and a half, 2 minutes, yes.
Well, okay, 2 minutes was the standard.
Yeah.
Then it changed.
Yeah, it's changed to like a minute and a half, and it's been fluctuating ever since to
So
one
I
or
wonder,
the other.
especially since there's going to be 2 Rumbles, it's like, I get a feeling that the women's is going to be considerably
Shorter, you think so?
shorter, yeah.
Interesting.
That's my feel.
I hope it's exactly the same, regardless of. I really hope that it's an hour long for each thing. I've been watching a lot of old Rumbles, by the way. I went back, started watching. I watched 92 is one of my favorite with Ric Flair, and then 97 is my second favorite, where Austin wins and he throws out Bret Hart, but he sneaks back in. I love that Rumble, and I've been watching a lot of old ones, man. I love the Royal Rumble. This is my favorite time of year for a wrestling fan, especially in the more recent years, because in the more recent years, not only are you getting surprise entrances, but in recent years, it's been very tough. Besides the Roman Reigns Royal Rumble, it's been very tough to predict who is going to win, and I like that.
Yeah. Especially now that we have 2 shows, there's at least 2 legitimate contenders. Roman Reigns on Raw, or for me, Shinsuke Nakamura on SmackDown.
Yeah, I agree. You think it's going to be Roman Reigns or Shinsuke, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think...
I mean, look, but realistically, you never know, man, because especially in the Royal Rumble, I would have never have guessed Randy Orton winning last year. Would have never have called it.
Yeah, because it was
out of the
boring
blue
idea.
And I don't like the payoff to that, mainly because he wrestled Bray Wyatt, and then right away won the title from Bray Wyatt, and then right away lost the title to Jinder Mahal. So it almost felt like it was all for nothing. I think this year, though, Baron Corbin, by the way, wrestled Shinsuke Nakamura this week on SmackDown. Fun match, good match. They did stress a lot about how in the storyline the announcers were talking about how Shinsuke came from Japan and things weren't panning out in the WWE the way he thought they would. So I thought that was an interesting little storyline that they were like tugging at. So it makes me feel that Shinsuke has a good shot. And I would love Shinsuke to win the Rumble, because who doesn't want to see AJ and Shinsuke get it on one more time, except in a WWE ring on the biggest stage of them all?
Yeah.
Do you think that match steals WrestleMania?
what else could?
I know. If Finn Balor's, and I think he's going to end up with The Miz, though, but if Finn Balor's in there with, I don't know, I think Finn Balor could be in there with, like, I would love to even see him in there with Triple H. I think there's a lot of fun combinations we can have.
I'll tell you, I wonder if Finn goes against Miz for the Intercontinental title, I would almost book it as, this is, me the booker, sure, but I would have Finn lose.
Wow.
And then I would have him...
The heel turn?
Yeah, and I'd have him show up during the AJ and Shinsuke match and just have Balor Club go nuts.
I love it. It is weird for me to see Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows' faces, though. Like, it's a little... I don't know why, but those guys are just... Have you ever watched their... what is their... It's not Mid-South. What's the thing that they do?
Oh, Southpaw?
Southpaw. It's great.
What are their characters in Southpaw?
Tex, what is it? Tex Ferguson and somebody else. It's so good. They're so good. I love watching that stuff. All right.
I think for me that got old pretty quick.
I love that. I love that old school nostalgia wrestling.
Sure. I mean, it was totally like I was watching World Class again.
I only started watching World Class just recently. All right, so SmackDown was a good show. It was a pretty solid show. We did get the main event of AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn back-to-back. AJ lost. Nothing major happened here. Did advance the storyline a little bit for that world title, the WWE World Title match for this Sunday. We saw the women all interact. That advanced that also. The Usos are going to... I think the Usos have a good shot of actually stealing the show when it comes to matches with Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, believe it or not. I think the Usos have improved immensely in the last year as being one of the best tag teams in the WWE.
That's right. They're going... are they 2 out of 3 falls?
Yeah. No. The bar is the 2 out of 3 fall match, I believe.
Is there any gimmick to the...
No. You know what? Yes, I think that is the 2 out of 3 fall match, actually.
Okay, because I think... Yeah, because the whole play up there was, what's Daniel Bryan thinking? And I'm like, I don't know, it's pretty good.
I'm excited for that. The Usos have been really working hard. Now, we got to get to a major story that broke over yesterday, actually. It's going to affect 205 Live mainly. That is, Enzo Amore has been accused of sexual assault, and it looks like the WWE let him go.
Well, I think, so as I understand it, and I get, this is all internet shit, but he hasn't officially... I don't think he was arrested. I don't think he's officially been charged with anything as of yet. But I think the thing that got him let go was the fact that he didn't tell WWE about any of this stuff. And I don't know if he thought he'd be able to sweep this under the rug and have WWE not find out. But it's my understanding that that's what was the straw that broke the back there.
So SmackDown's general manager Daniel Bryan has just announced via Twitter on WWE.com that 205 Live is going to be getting a new commissioner, and we're going to find out the fate of the championship situation next week.
They're just doing their best to keep it away from Cedric Alexander as long as possible.
Did we talk about? You talked about last week about the new signees.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting here. Do we see the return of Neville? Do we see the debut of Ricochet? What are they going to pull out here? Because let's be real, Enzo was one of their best guys on the mic that they had.
Sure, I think Ricochet's going to NXT. I don't think they'll put him to 205 Live.
Really? Yeah. I like that. What do you think the commissioner could be? Rey Mysterio.
I think that's a fun idea. But I don't think it will be.
I hope it is, though. Or Nunzio. No, I'm just kidding. No, it does seem like a fun idea. I don't know what to think about this Enzo Amore thing. I feel bad for the victim out there, and Enzo. Yeah, I really don't want to comment on it.
Yeah, it's really not our place to comment. I think I have my personal thoughts.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of Enzo as it is, but
is it from his backstage drama, his antics?
Yeah, I think that doesn't help.
Okay.
Did you watch his interview with Corey Graves?
Yes, that was heat. I think that was all legit. Corey Graves is also, to me, one of the best announcers in professional wrestling today.
I think Corey's great. Yeah,
he is the modern day Bobby Heenan. He's great. I like Corey a lot.
What was it? Did I go over this last week where it was? Oh, by the way, hey, before we get too long, Happy Rusev Day, everybody.
Oh, you're going to talk about this. You can't just put Rusev in front of everything.
I can do whatever I want. Fantastic.
I love Corey Graves. All right, let's talk about. You know what I was listening? Do you listen to wrestling podcasts at all?
I don't. I don't.
So Bruce Pritchard's show is actually really good. Our producer Junior got me hooked on it.
And Brother Love looked so great.
And he may have gotten the biggest pop of the night. Actually,
his
pop was huge. But his show it depicts. Or it gives you a time in the wrestling world that he was a part of. I guess Bruce Pritchard is notorious for taking notes and never throwing them away. He's a hoarder when it comes to that. But he has a great last episode of Royal Rumble 98. Not my personal favorite, but that was the beginning of the Attitude Era. That was also the match that sent Austin to WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels to win the title. It really sparked off the Attitude Era. But I've been recently listening to old episodes, and one of the episodes I stumbled upon was CM Punk, and it talks about CM Punk's rise from the indie scene to OVW to the WWE. Recently, WWE tweeted out they don't know why CM Punk. People still chant CM Punk because he's never coming back, and then CM Punk responded in kind, saying,
"Wait, who tweeted that?"
The WWE.
No. Who the WWE?
It was on their official Twitter.
On their official Twitter account, the WWE
They said,
tweeted,
"Why are people
still chanting CM Punk because he's not coming back?" And then CM Punk responded in kind with, "Well, with an attitude like that, you're right. I'm not coming back."
Why have I not heard about this?
Yes. So the tweet may have been deleted. Who knows? But that was something that happened. Now I want to get your opinion. If CM Punk were still in the WWE currently, where do you think that the WWE would be in the same wave that it is now?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
If CM Punk were currently still in the WWE, do you think how different would it be? Do you think much different at all?
Would the company be?
Yeah, do you think that his influence still there would have been a huge difference?
I mean, I think it's his influence that has brought us 205 Live and that made NXT exciting, bringing in the indie guys, bringing in the smaller
Here's
guys.
another good question. I thought about this as well. Do you think... It's interesting because CM Punk seems to love the indie guys. Or not CM Punk. Triple H seems to love the indie guys now. Do you think that had this been a later era, that CM Punk and Triple H would have worked together developing this new NXT that's kind of Triple H's at this point?
I don't know if he would have been behind the scenes. I think if he was still wrestling, he would be 100% focused on the wrestling.
Yeah. Interesting.
I wish, man, it's just I love Punk so much and I love Triple H so much. So why do Mom and Dad have to fight?
It's interesting. Well, I think going over the timeline of things, Triple H's mindset was a lot different when Punk was on his rise because he was still transitioning from being a wrestler to management. And I think that that carried over a little bad blood between when Triple H was a full-time wrestler. And I think personally, if the Triple H that we have currently right now was dealing with the CM Punk from then, I think they would have gotten along just fine. Because I think Triple H now is a guy that's so focused on just the business and wants good wrestling. And I think CM Punk would have been his star.
I think you're right.
It's just a lot different. I think Triple H is at a different mindset. CM Punk is obviously at a different mindset. So I always just find that interesting. And I would love for this Sunday you hear the CM Punk theme music is number 30. Imagine that.
Oh, it'd be amazing. But I mean, we talk about their passion for the business, and I think if CM Punk was around when the Clique was getting together, I think he would have been in the Clique. Because that was the one thing that drew them all together, was how much they loved the business. They were constantly thinking of ideas, what to do with their characters, what to do with matches, and that's what Punk is all about.
I don't think we'll ever. But here's the thing: I guess that could be. He could have been. The only thing that I think he wouldn't have been down for is all the partying that they did.
Oh, sure. Which
Triple H really wasn't.
Yes, coincidentally, Triple H he's on Trips' level with that.
Yeah, which would have been really interesting actually. So right here up here we have this bar. This is called the Boss Bar. What you do is super chat. If you super chat to get this bar down, you will win tickets. What do we want to do for this prize? Power Morphicon's obviously a big draw here on that hashtag show. So we'll say you win tickets to Power Morphicon 2018 for the whole weekend if you get that bar all the way down. We'll be giving some more tickets out.
How? It's going to take more than one person to get.
Oh
that
yeah,
bar
yeah.
down,
It'll
right?
take more. I mean, we got it in a week. It changed 3 times. So every $50 of super chat, it switches to a person.
Where is Power MorphCon?
In Anaheim, California,
When is it?
August 17th to 19th.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's their WrestleMania.
That's their WrestleMania, and we're throwing the official after party for Power MorphCon. Who's a WWE wrestler that's a big Power Ranger fan?
I do not know.
Really? He used to his thing. He used to be from Angel.
Oh, is it Xavier Woods?
Xavier Woods.
I was just thinking of his cosplay.
Xavier Woods, yeah, Xavier Woods. He used to be billed from Angel Grove, California. So Xavier Woods, big Power Ranger.
What's in Angel Grove?
That's where the Power Rangers are from. That's the fictional city the Power Rangers are from. Yeah, yeah. So Xavier Woods, big fan. Also, somebody else is a big. Johnny Wrestling's a big Power Ranger fan. From NXT.
Oh, Johnny Gargano?
Yeah, Johnny Gargano, big Power Ranger fan. All right, so guys, Kevin, let's run down the card of SummerSlam.
Well, I want to see the bar go down.
Somebody has a super chat to get that down. Let's see, Royal Rumble card. You want to do some Royal Rumble 2018 predictions?
Sure.
I'm getting a hold on sign.
Diego's a Power Ranger fan.
Who's Diego?
Diego Rodarte. He's live chatting with us.
Oh, there you go. Well, all you got to do is hit that super chat button, and it'll.
How much is a ticket to that usually?
I don't know. Let's see. You want me to find out?
3 days, $100.
3 days is $100.
3 days, $100.
So you get it for free here on that hashtag show.
That is a great deal.
Great deal.
And I say that one. I'm not a Power Ranger guy, but I know a deal when I see one.
He does know a deal when he sees one. All right, let's run down this.
You
card.
still think that triple threat match for the Universal title is going to be shit?
Yep, 100%.
I think it's going to be fun.
I don't.
I think it's gonna be
I don't
fun.
even like watching them interact in the ring together. All right, so we got the Usos versus Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin. 2 out of 3 falls. Who's gonna take it?
I think our newly evil Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are going to win.
Oh, okay, okay. I actually agree with you on that. Raw Tag Team Championship, Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan taking on Cesaro and Sheamus the Bar.
I'm sensing another title change.
I am too. And do you think that we get the heel turn at this point from Jason Jordan?
I don't think we need to.
You don't think so, huh?
I think he's already a heel. He already cheated to help Seth Rollins with the curb stomp, the blackout.
They're calling it the Blackout now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right, so next match. The WWE Championship match, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Thanks.
Cammy.
Styles. Stop it. Stop it.
The 2-on-2
Stop trying to make it a
handicap
thing.
Hashtag Cammy.
I believe strongly, as you do, that AJ retains.
AJ retains. AJ retains. Though it would be interesting, though, if we have the first ever co-championship match, and they have to wrestle each other at WrestleMania for the belt. I would like it.
I would like it.
I would love to see them at WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, who knows? We might still see it just without a title attached.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We have the Universal Championship match, which features Brock Lesnar against Braun Strowman and Kane in a triple threat match. Who you going with?
I go with Lesnar.
I go with Lesnar to retain also. Both world champions, Universal and World Champion, walk out of Royal Rumble as the champions. First ever women over the top rope Royal Rumble. Who are you going with?
Nobody
So really
is ready for Asuka.
So you think I feel like this is a tougher choice to me than the actual men's Royal Rumble, I think.
The only reason that it makes me that I am brought to doubt is because she was so dominant.
She was very dominant.
But you know what? Sometimes you got to give the people what they want.
You know, and then also I think this. All right, so let's talk about. We have a bunch of women that are announced. Who do you see as guest entrants in this match?
I was surprised that Lita was not at the Raw 25, but I think it's because they still want to pop for her, and I think she'll come out. I think she'll come out. Maybe Trish.
I hope Trish.
But there are. How many women are in that picture right now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there's 12 more.
Yeah, so I'm going to assume, it looked like Kelly looked great when she came back. We could get one of the Bella twins, maybe both of the Bella twins.
I'll tell you right now, Tori Wilson still.
Tori Wilson looked great.
She's only a year younger than me, so I'm all right to drool over her.
Tori Wilson looked great. I think Trish is a fair shot at this. Though one of the established divas, I think, are going to take it, and I think I personally think that I'm going to have to go with you and say Asuka, because I don't think we can pass up Asuka and Alexa Bliss.
And the thing is, but this is like the other one. There's like the men's, where there are 2 shows, so Asuka could not win the Royal Rumble and still get her title shot. I
mean, and then
so who else? Who's there on SmackDown that's a legitimate contender?
Well, see, this is where I think we got to go with the Ronda Rousey scenario. I mean, something that a lot of people are speculating. I think we got to go with the Ronda Rousey scenario. Maybe in that 4-person or 4-woman tag match that's being rumored.
Well, but that's out. That's done now. The other horsewomen they're not being wrestlers anymore.
Okay, well then maybe Ronda Rousey goes on to win the Royal Rumble and face Charlotte for the title.
That'd be interesting. I guess I would like it.
I'm gonna say Ronda Rousey. You're gonna go. I'm then surprise entrant Ronda Rousey. You're gonna go with Asuka.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
I hope that what's her name? Johnny's wife?
Johnny.
Candice LeRae. I hope that Candice LeRae is a surprise entrant.
Oh, yeah, she's great. Okay, let's talk about the last match on the card, the 2018 30-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble match.
Well, we see that Junior, our producer, has put in, he's very certain that Mr. Nakamura is going to win and fight AJ at Mania, and I'm totally on board. That's where my thoughts, my hopes, my dreams are with AJ.
I'm really behind Roman Reigns on this one. I think Roman Reigns. I'm just kidding. There's no way. Realistically, who do I want to win? I would like Shinsuke Nakamura to walk out the winner of the Royal Rumble too. My second choice, though, I'd love to see Finn Balor walk away with it. I do have a question. Now, we talked about surprise entrants for the women's side. Who do you see coming in for this? Because we have rumors of EC3. We have rumors of Bobby Lashley. Who's going to make an impact as a surprise entrant here? By the way, how cool was it? I didn't know Chris Jericho was coming back for the 25th anniversary either.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Love Jericho. So who do you got as a surprise entrant here?
Man, how many slots do we have?
A lot, I feel like. I don't feel like a lot of people have been announced for the Royal Rumble.
Who could come back? And obviously it's a comeback.
There's about 14 people that are officially in it, so that leaves 16 open spots.
Matt thinks that James Storm is going to
James Storm's not a bad idea. Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
The commissioner of 205 Live, Rey Mysterio.
Wipe out the last time he was in the Royal Rumble where he got booed out of the building for not being Daniel Bryan. I think that's a good guess, actually. I'll go with Junior on that. I think that's a good
Rey.
I think Rey's a great choice.
Yeah, Batista's another big rumor.
I think they'll want to build his return.
Oh, so you don't think it'll be here at the Royal Rumble? You think that they'll build it for something like post-Mania?
Maybe. I mean, it's dangerous because when he comes back as a good guy, he will be accepted as a good guy just because he was so great in Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
You'd assume. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think he's going to come back as a face.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think initially he will be, again, because everybody loves him. Now,
are you excited to see Roman Reigns in the main event?
But go ahead and finish your question.
In the main event at WrestleMania.
Stop saying that.
You don't think it's gonna? Come on, it's gonna happen.
I know it's gonna happen. It doesn't mean I want to keep hearing about it. I already have to get the 20-minute match and the promos leading up to it. I would like for the next 6 days, 5 days.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I wish that they would have saved Roman Reigns and John Cena for WrestleMania and had them cut the promos that they were cutting then, because it would have. I actually would have looked forward to the match at that point.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, fine, they're not out of the title picture. They have this heat. They have this thing. I wish that they would have saved it for this.
Yep.
And it would have also left open a lot of other spots free, like the championship match. Because if, let's say shit hits the fan on Sunday, and Braun Strowman walks away the champion, Because I really do think Braun Strowman and Triple H are going to have a match at Mania. And the only reason I think that is because of what happened at Survivor Series.
No, I think Trips is going to want to wrestle at WrestleMania.
What about the Angle Triple H?
There's also the Angle Triple H thing, yeah. But I think that Angle and Jason Jordan might have a match at Mania. So if Angle and Jordan are having a match at Mania, I think it'll be Strowman and Triple H. This is me just kind of sorting.
I like the cut of your jib, my good man. I think you got some great ideas there.
I mean, that's wishful thinking, though, realistically. But I would like to see. I honestly would like to see somebody. I would like to see Strowman walk away the champion, possibly at the Royal Rumble, but not have Reigns wrestle for the title at Mania. I'm over Roman Reigns.
But then, who do you have him defend against at WrestleMania?
If it was Strowman,
yeah.
Well, realistically, if Brock Lesnar does retain, I would love to see Brock and Finn Balor, and then giving your scenario where Finn Balor doesn't win, and then the Balor Club just go crazy on Raw as being like the next, like, I don't want to say NWO, but like the next Bullet Club or something.
There's a picture that came out from South Africa of the next pay-per-view's Elimination Chamber, and Braun has the belt. So they're saying that Brock's going to beat Braun at Elimination Chamber and win it back, and that way it'll be Roman and Braun, or Roman and Brock.
I don't want to see Roman and Brock. I don't want to see Roman in a title picture anymore. He was doing just fine with the Intercontinental title, I thought.
I didn't even want him with that.
I was fine with it.
Just be a guy. Just be a guy.
I also, honestly, I think to really get people behind that character, it's really going to take a heel turn. I mean...
Yeah, like for real.
Like a real heel turn.
Yeah.
And I thought that they smartened up and were going to do it after after the last WrestleMania when he came out to the shower of booze for like 5 minutes.
And I'll tell you,
it's a great
he was
opportunity.
great there.
He was. And that's I don't know why WWE can't see it. He's at his best as a heel.
Even me watching Roman Reigns, and he did have control of the crowd there. He every time he went to the mic, the crowd would boo, and he'd put it back down and be like, "That's right." And when he finally said it, "This is my yard now," as much as I hated him ending the streak, I was like, "God damn, that was a cool moment."
Now, do you think that he's the modern day Kevin Nash or Diesel?
I think, he's eclipsed and will continue to eclipse anything that Kevin Nash has done.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's going to eclipse the NWO. It's a pretty big deal.
But
I get what you're saying in terms of accolades.
Yeah.
And accomplishments, yes. All right, do you think that Braun would be a better champ than Brock Lesnar?
I think he'll probably show up, which is nice. It's nice when your champ shows up.
Yeah. All right. Well, what about, I feel bad. There's two guys I feel bad for this year. Dean Ambrose and Big Cass. I think both those guys are poised to have big parts at WrestleMania, and it's unfortunate both those guys went down with injury.
I think I feel for Dean Ambrose. Big Cass has never impressed me.
Vince loves people with size.
Yeah, well.
He's 7 foot tall, damn it!
Kat, who do you like better, Braun or Roman? Because she says Braun is way better than Brock.
She loves Roman Reigns. Those piercing, whatever color eyes and that greasy black hair.
He's got blue eyes, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I feel like he does.
He's not my, hashtag not my champion. So I think that's going to do it for us, Kevin. Is there anything, final thoughts you have?
Well, I know, do we have anything that we need to rush to? My friend Scott Hovland, who I used to work with in Wade Park, Minnesota, he used to work at a video store with me, and he had told me, because he found out that I was a wrestling fan back in the day, and he told me, do you remember an AWA wrestler, Derek Dukes?
No.
Okay, well, Derek Dukes, very exciting wrestler in the AWA. Junior? Derek Dukes? Okay, well, it's an older school guy. Black guy. He was he went into Tidal Wave Music and Video, and he was looking for entrance music. And because he was black, all the other employees were like, take this. And he wasn't sold on any of it. Yeah, all these rap songs. And Scott was like, tell you what, I got something for you. And he picked out Somebody Save Me by Cinderella. and he loved it. And so my friend Scott Hovland picked out
That's amazing.
Derek Dukes' entrance music.
I love it.
Cat's not taking a side. Cat can't choose between Braun and Roman, which is amazing to me. I can't believe that she.
Kevin, do you have a match of the week?
Oh God, no.
Oh God, no.
I've been busy.
Oh God, no.
You know I got like 37 jobs, right?
Yes.
I got like 37 jobs. I'm gonna say that. Oh, wow, Junior is harshly against Roman. I'm gonna tell you that this is not wrestling related, but I thought this was very funny. One of my jobs, I work at like a haunted house. That's a year long haunted house. Mm-hmm. Very general. And in this, in my part of this haunted house, I play a human. I play but I'm a bad guy. I got a shotgun. I look like a hillbilly. And when people come through, there's monsters all around, but I'm like the bad guy. And there was this one lady who came through with her family. She was older. She's probably in her 60s. And I rushed up to her like I do, very scary like, and she went like this. And then she turned to her family and she went, "It's just a person!" And kept going. I thought that was really funny, and it made me laugh. She made me laugh.
She made him laugh.
Person.
So he doesn't have a match of the week. I do.
How many live streams do you have, Matt?
Matt? I'm not Matt.
Matt. I'm sorry. Matt said Joe. Matt pointed out. How many shows do you do a week?
On how many am I supposed to do a week?
Well, no. How many do you do on average?
1, 2, 3, like 6 or 7.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Sometimes 2 in a day. I'm doing double shots, yo. Woo! I'm the Ric Flair of live streams. All right, so I do have a match suggestion. One that I thought of, and it's an old school. Man, I'm sure you can find it on the network. When I was a kid, I used to rent Coliseum videos.
Sure.
And there was a great match between Bret and Owen Hart versus the Steiner brothers. Do you remember this?
I do.
Great match. I love that match. I thought it's one of the best tag team matches, especially, well, really for any era that you can watch. I think that it shows you how skilled Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner were actually, how they were as the Steiner brothers. I think they were probably at their peak at that point. Not in terms of what they would go on to accomplish later on, but at the very least as a team. And it was right before the Bret and Owen big breakup that would happen. And I think Bret was also still at his prime Bret was obviously at his prime during this, and Owen was just on the rise. Go check out that match. That is Bret and Owen Hart versus the Steiner brothers. You can find it on the WWE Network. It's a great match. Check it out.
You sure you can find it on the network?
I hope so. At least I hope so.
How did you watch it?
Well, I just remembered it from memory.
I can't find it on YouTube. I hope it's on there. That'd be great.
Yeah. Go check out that match. I think it is on the WWE Network, though. I think.
All right, well, cool.
Check that match out, guys, but we're going to sign off.
We are coming back. We're planning on doing Sunday. Yeah.
We are doing Sunday.
Right after the Royal Rumble.
And we're getting somebody to join us, actually, for the Royal Rumble.
This is news to me. I did not approve of this. Who is
this? We have a secret cast member from Pop Culture Renegades. Is a big wrestling fan.
Who?
The new girl, Tony.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who she is, but she's a big wrestling fan.
Someone brought up us playing.
That's going to happen
on
stream on Twitch.
I would love to do that.
I was even thinking that we should, whoever's not playing, we should commentate as like Vince McMahon or Randy Savage on the match.
That's fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. We are going to be doing that though. That's going to be a lot of fun. But this Sunday we are going to be doing the live after show for the Royal Rumble. We're going to have all the results, our opinions, and that we are in the heart of WrestleMania season. So join us live this Sunday on the Call It in the Ring Royal Rumble special. This is our third pay-per-view. Third?
Oh, I don't know.
We did Survivor Series, and then we did, I feel like we did another one in between. This is our third pay-per-view. So check it out. We have a lot of fun at these pay-per-views. If you want to come and join us, we are going to be on right after the Royal Rumble on Sunday.
It's 5 days away.
5 days away.
It's the fucking Royal Rumble, guys. It's the best show of the year.
Best show of the year. I agree with that. Check us out. We'll be there. Kevin, where can everybody find you on the social media?
You can find me at allrightpodcast.com.
You actually recorded an episode.
We recorded an episode, me and Ralph. And I'm Kevin Kittredge on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me at that hashtag Joe on all social media. at that hashtag show, or at that hashtag Joe, and over at ScreenRant.com. This week you'll see my interview with the cast of Maze Runner. But that's going to do it for us right here at that hashtag show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture. Cheers, guys.